What's up, you guys? Mighty Mike here. Another episode of Mighty Marketing Minute. And I just wanted to do a quick little message today because I'm kind of on the road taking care of some stuff. But I did say I would go live every day at 10 a.m. and that is exactly what I'm doing. So one of the things I thought would be really helpful to talk about is when it comes to branding is going live on Facebook. Whether you're going live on Facebook or live on YouTube or wherever you're going live, guys, it's branding. I had somebody one time who knew me from another state that was trying to get me to convince them that Facebook Lives were going to help his business. So, like, how do Facebook Lives help my business? And we talked about the different ways that, creating content and value and all that is helpful. And then I got down to a point where I could see he wasn't going to get it. And I said, think about it this way. Do you know who I am? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, the fact that you even know who I am proves to you that Facebook Lives builds brand. Do I have kids? He's like, yeah. How many? I don't know. You have a ton. Right? And then we continue on this conversation, and it got down to a point where he was like, yeah, actually, that's right. Branding is everything, and the fact that you were able to meet with these different people and you're able to do these lives is the reason why a lot of these people do know you. And the fact is like, I think even myself, even I didn't know how powerful it actually was until I started traveling the country and speaking at different conferences. And then I learned how powerful it actually was because I met people and networked with people who already knew me. And I started finding out whenever I'd go to these legal conferences, like process serving conferences, everyone was like, hey, I love your show, I love your podcast. And the other interesting thing is people who were older, who didn't even really participate with podcasts, they didn't really listen to podcasts, they thought that my videos that I make were my podcasts. They had never even heard the real solid content where I was interviewing process servers and posting it on iTunes. So that's why I made the decision to make it a live show where I did it all on Facebook. So those people who did take on technology and started listening to videos and things like that would actually start to see that content. And making it a video platform made it where more people could interact and be a part of it. So it was pretty cool. Definitely cool. If you've been thinking about doing Facebook Lives, but you're not really sure, you're worried, I don't really get it. I mean, I know people and I've heard their explanations for why they can't do Facebook Lives or why they just don't want to. For example, being a process server because people aren't going to answer the door. First of all, nobody's going to remember you like that. Nobody's going to remember oh, you're that guy I saw on a video one time and I'm not answering the door. The one out of a million people that is like that can remember you like that, it's not going to happen. So don't worry about that. The other thing is building a brand. And I didn't know this. If you guys are listening to this and you're a business owner and you're okay, I got to spend money on some ads, I got to have a website, I got to have and you provide a service to other people. The question you need to ask yourself before you spend any money on branding is are you building a brand, or are you trying to advertise a commodity? Look at it like this. You and 100 other people are standing on a sidewalk. I'm driving down that street, and I know I want to hire somebody. I got to hire somebody on the sidewalk. Let's just say you're selling burritos. I don't know. Right? Let's say I'm going to get some lunch, and we're and there's, the taco trucks or whatever, and there's just a row of taco trucks. You guys all sell burritos and tacos and stuff. If you're selling a burrito and it's the same as the next guy, same as the next guy, same as the next guy, with just a few little minor tweaks, this guy's got avocado, this guy's got lime, right? That might be a deciding factor. But assuming that you're all exactly the same, the product is exactly the same. For example, being a lawyer, they want you to win the case. Being a processor, they want you to serve the paper. It is no different. No different. You can say, our service or products are better, and that's the common language that people get stuck in. And that's fine. You want to provide a better service. You want to provide a more quality service. But people don't hire people based on having a better service. That's the thing you have to understand. People don't hire people based on, oh, this guy provides a better service. They say that, but they actually purchase based on emotion. They actually purchase based on remembering something they liked about the brand, or something they liked about the area, and it's true. And if you don't believe me, look at word of mouth. Word of mouth is the biggest form, the greatest, most powerful form of advertising, because it's emotion. My friend told me that you guys were good. My friend told me that you built his website, right? Their motivation is so different. It's like, I want you to do that for me, versus I call them, the same person, I call them out of the blue and say, hey, I just wanted to know how, maybe you need, what your websites are like, whatever, right? Yeah, don't call me. Boom. The same person can have that same reaction, right? So you think about people's motivations. It's based on emotion. So what's another example for someone who maybe doesn't relate to, like, let's see, so, anything you buy. Like, if you want to buy a car, this is a reason why people, like, think about it. You could be happy with probably any car, like any nice car, right? I mean, if it gets you from one place to another, right? But if you've been thinking about a certain kind of car and it's too expensive for you, and you go down to the dealership and you sit in it and you imagine the way you're going to feel driving it, the way you're going to look in it, right? This kind of stuff, that's all emotion, right? Anybody who had no emotion tied to their purchase of a vehicle would buy a used vehicle and it would not look nice, because you're just trying to get from one place to another. What do you care what it looks like? Emotion is the driving factor. So if you're building a brand, whether it's a law firm, a legal service, whatever it is, private investigator, people buy based on emotion. So for example, if I was a lawyer and I was like a divorce lawyer, I would, and my target audience was, I don't know, grieving, women who were upset because their husband cheated on them. I don't know, just whatever. I would immediately make a series of videos to run tests, little short clips where I would say something like, hi, my name is, actually I wouldn't say my name first, but I would say, there's a little mini tip about how to build a brand in this example. Hi, my name, or actually, no, you always want to start off with a thing. I'm going to tell you how you can get out of a marriage that has made you unhappy, right? And then you make a bold promise so you capture their interest right away. And then you talk a little bit about, you tell a story, because that leads in, as humans, our brains want us to lead into a story. So you say, a close friend of mine. So right after you say, I'm gonna tell you how you can get out of a divorce that has been making you miserable for years and not have to deal with the pain and suffering that goes along with it. And then you go into, if you were a divorce lawyer, right? And then you would go into a story. One of my clients, or actually I would say, I had a close friend I want to tell you about really quick. My friend was married to a man for so many years. And what you want to do when you tell that story is you want to add many different things that relate to that person's psyche, their emotion. Like, he didn't listen to her. He didn't think about her during the day. He would pick up his phone before he would say good morning to her. He'd never rub her feet. He would never do, like, things that's going to spark emotions in this person. And then you tell that story and you say, and she deserves better. And then at the end, and you deserve better. If you want to know how you can get a call, Dunnigan law firms today. But more importantly, I want you to speak to me personally. Set it up with my assistant. If you want to get a free consultation, click the link below so we can go ahead and get together and talk about how I can resolve this terrible situation for you. So you're going to get these. So then you set it up in an auto calendar where you're just like, boom, 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 free consultations every 15 minutes. And you stick to that 15 minutes. If you get somebody who's, and you can even have somebody else get on the free consultations, and someone good, and but not you, they could go through and validate who these people are. And if it's somebody who might be an actual case, then let me put you through to Dunnigan or whatever, and then they put you through. Guys, this is branding and automation 101. You want to build a multi-million-dollar business, you have to have automation, you have to have brand marketing. And so I hope this is helpful. Live videos have made me nationally, grown my podcast nationally, where I was sponsored by a nationwide advertiser, ServeNow, for my Process Over Daily podcast, now with the Mighty Mike Show. You know, I sponsor my own podcast because for my marketing business. And then now with Law Firm Lawyer Elite, I'm interviewing lawyers who are my ideal clients about how they grew their firm. So I'm giving them value by interviewing them and then having them come on my podcast. It's all about them, no sales. And then at the end, I give them a little clip of themselves where they're talking about how their firm is different from other firms, and then how to reach out to them. And then I'm going to put a cool little intro and outro on their videos. And I just want to provide value. My goal in 2020 is to provide so much value to the world, to my ideal clients, that it just comes back to me naturally. I don't even have to ask for it. And I know that if I do that, it'll happen. So do that for your clients. Provide value in ways that you can, and you'll win every time. Thank you guys so much. And don't forget to go to mightymikemarketing.com to see everything I got going on. I'm going to keep building that page out. It's going to become a new blog. You'll be seeing some new blog posts every week here coming up in February. So I'm excited to launch the new podcast, Law Firm Lawyer Elite. If you want to be a guest on the show, definitely go check out, look on the social. I got images all over about it. I got a goofy cartoon lawyer guy on there. So I wasn't sure how that would go. We'll see. But it's going to be a great podcast. You guys take care and be safe.